Where We Sleep, and I am very much looking forward to playing Loud Women Fest. So Where We Sleep sort of happened in the wake of my last band, Blindness. Blindness ended in 2016, and I mean, honestly, I felt like I was done. I didn't really feel like I had any more songs in me, and so I sort of went away for a year, and then I got this burst of inspiration. So I sort of started Where We Sleep more as just as a outlet, just to for writing, and then it got to a point where I thought, oh, maybe I'll get a couple of tracks mixed and release those, and it just kind of grew from there. And then last year I spoke to Debbie from Blindness, and we also recruited Joe on bass and played our first live gigs.
Wasn't the rib, it was the backbone. It wasn't the rib, it was the backbone. I take blame, 'cause I believe in this place I am always sweet.
Well, our exciting news is that we're playing Loud Women Fest. We haven't actually got any releases. I am working on some new songs at the moment. I've got one complete, and I'm going to get another few done. I don't have any dates or anything like that. I think the last kind of year or two, we've really just been focusing on trying to get the live set together. So that's been the main thing. So last year was just 2 singles, and yeah, hopefully we'll have some news soon, maybe early next year. Oh gosh. I mean, there's so many, isn't there? I've been writing music for a long time, so my influences have just been building year on year, I think. A lot of the 90s bands like Curve and Garbage and Massive Attack, PJ Harvey, Sinead O'Connor, of course, What a Loss. A lot of musicians like that kind of ilk. I was always very interested in bands that sort of combine a lot of sort of high production, and strong vocals as well, lots of shiny, noisy guitars, and a good driving bass line. Bands like Black Rebel Motorcycle Club as well, Jesus and Mary Chain. Oh God, there's too many. And I mean, actually, recently I've just been listening to a lot of pop music recently. Actually, I'm not sure how much that's really influenced my writing, but it's fun. So I've often thought about this, like just from a personal point of view, if I could have a superpower, I think one that I would like to have would be to turn into any animal that I wanted to, just sort of temporarily, but still be able to think for myself. If I had to have a superpower to kind of, save the world and get rid of all of my enemies, bizarrely, I think I've said this before actually. I think when if you swallow wrong, or if you breathe and like a tiny little droplet of water or air or something goes down the wrong way, it's completely debilitating. And so I think I would have a superpower where I could just make that happen in the person that I wanted to either damage or run away from. So I'm still making my way through the list actually, of the other bands playing at Loud Fest. So I haven't quite investigated all of them yet. The ones that I've heard so far, I'm looking forward to House of Women. I think that's the name. They sounded really good. I'm really interested in hearing their stuff. And the other one that sounded really interesting was, and I'm not sure if I've got the name right, is it For Fuck's Sake, Why Though? I'm not sure if you just pronounce the letters because that's all it is, or if that's what it stands for. It looks like it stands for fuck's sake, why though? But they sound very interesting, so I'm looking forward to them. And I am also looking forward to listening to all of the other bands that are playing before we get there as well. Well, this one is important to us because it's the first one that we played, that we've played. Um, I think I think it's really important because you know it's can be exhausting being a woman in music. You know, you just feel like you're constantly being sort of judged and having to work harder and having to be like a lot better to be considered. You constantly having to prove yourself, or at least you know there's sort of this need for you to constantly prove yourself. Um, Specifically as a woman. So I think that having a space for women, not just women who are playing, but you know, women and non-binary people who just want a safe space to go and enjoy some music as well, is really important to have that safe space. And we, you know, we can all just we can have a nice time and support each other and not have to think about the patriarchy for a few hours. Bye, everybody. Go and get your tickets. See you at Loud Women Fest.
It wasn't